just got a delivery. We're going to be outside picking beans today because I want to show you what the yield is growing green beans in 2 square feet of space on the ground or in a container, in a GreenStalk. And the beans are ready. So we're going to pick both GreenStalks and show you the yield. And then I'm going to get some more beans planted. And I'm probably going to take some of the spinach as well. But I just got a delivery. So my microwave, which is no longer there, it died last month, I think. And I had reached out to Toshiba, because it's a Toshiba microwave, on their chat website thing for tech support. And the error code, I think he said, I think it was a 5 or a 6. And I couldn't find that in the warranty or the manual or anywhere online. So I reached out to them and he basically said, yeah, there's no coming back from that. I don't know what it was. Now, when I bought the microwave, it was kind of expensive, I think, for a countertop microwave. It was almost $400. But it did all the things. You can bake in it, you can microwave in it, it's an air fryer. It just does all the things. And so I thought, okay, let's give it a try. And it had a 12-month manufacturer warranty and it died at 12 and a half months. Ugh. So anyway, I was talking with chatting online with the technician or tech support guy. And he said, well, let me look into it. Let me see if I can get you a grace period for an extended warranty. And he kept in touch with me by email, just letting me know, hey, I'm still looking into it. And then a few days ago, he reached out to me and said, I've requested a refund for you, and we should know in a week whether or not that's going to be approved. And I thought, oh, okay, I really was not expecting that. I thought, hey, that's great. And then I toyed with the idea, I haven't had a microwave in a month now. Maybe I just won't get a microwave because I've been getting by and I know they're not great for you. But anyway, all of a sudden, boom, this just showed up on my doorstep. So I'm assuming it is the same model that I had before. And I wanted to share that because to me, it just does not seem very often that somebody goes out of their way to try to help you like that when you clearly are not entitled to anything. It's, a 12-month manufacturer warranty. The 12 months had clearly passed, even though it had only been by a couple or a few weeks. All right, this does look the same. You can, yep, so there's defrost, pro defrost, air fry, convect bake, and then microwave. So it does look like the same model. So I got a brand new microwave. I mean, I wasn't happy that mine stopped working after a year. I think that's ridiculous. I really do miss appliances from the 70s and the 80s. They were just built to last. Everything nowadays just seems like it is disposable. All right, that's the bottom. Ooh. Voila. I do like the microwave. I mean, it really works well when it works. Hopefully it was just a fluke and it has nothing to do with, that wasn't the bottom. This is the bottom. It has nothing to do with the actual make. There we go. They are heavy. So yeah, kudos to Toshiba for allowing me to get another microwave so my investment didn't reach its return after 12 and a half months. So I can pop this over there and then we can go pick some green beans. I will get that all set up here a little bit later. I don't want to waste this gorgeous morning. It is only supposed to be in the mid-80s today. The sun is shining. It is beautiful outside. And it's not going to get too hot today, but I'd still rather get the chores done, the garden stuff done before the heat of the day hits. So let's go back outside. Why do they insist and keep doing this? So there's the second nest in the GreenStock. They did this last year too, and they can't do that here. And there's the mama. She does not like me over here. But this is like the Hunger Games up here on this deck with the dogs. So they really need to stop. I don't think this mama ever came back because the one egg is still pushed out to the front. There still is the other egg down there inside, but I don't think she came back. We're gonna take care of this GreenStalk today too. We're gonna pull the lettuce, but we're gonna start with the green beans. Now, unfortunately, I brushed Sky out here, and so there is some fur on some of this stuff. I'm gonna try to get it off before these go in the bowl, because I don't want to have to wash these. I want to be able to put them into the refrigerator dry so they last longer while I decide what it is exactly I want to do with them. Usually I can green beans, but there's still some young ones on here, so I'm going to leave the young ones. But we don't necessarily like the overly processed canned taste of green beans. And I didn't see any flowers on here the other day, probably because it has been so hot. But now that there are a few more flowers, so maybe I'll hold off. Green beans only take, it hasn't even been 60 days since I planted these, because I planted them at the very end of May, and we're only at the 19th of July. So I still have some time before I would have to plant my next group here. So maybe because there are flowers, I think I will let them mature a little more before I pull these and plant some more. Yeah, I thought all of them were a lot more mature, but I'm seeing a lot of young ones on here, so we're definitely going to give those more time. But there are still a lot ready. I am snipping them off just below the stem, so I don't have to cut the stems off of these once they go inside. Another thing I really like about growing beans in the GreenStalk is bush beans, is that they're up higher and easier to harvest. Yeah, that has a lot of young ones on it still. Okay, I thought that they were all ready. That's okay. I won't be able to give you a full look, but we'll keep track. Maybe we'll weigh them and see how many pounds throughout the whole season we get. And I'm surprised how many are fully ready to be picked and how many are still small, and that there are some new flowers on here, because I thought the whole point of bush beans was that they all mature at the same time so you could can them all at the same time. I checked on the dragon tongue bush beans that are down in the garden, and those are not producing yet. I'm gonna have to come out here with a blower and see if I can blow all of Sky's hair off these plants. Fur, I mean. She's so furry. Part husky. That's the type of dog my son wanted. Would not have been my first choice ever at all. So some of these are just still really tiny, and I'm gonna just let them mature more. There's actually more still on here than what I picked, but let's get the other GreenStock. Yeah, there's still some really small, tender ones on here, but there's also some ready ones. I tasted these the other day. They are so good. You can't get fresher than that. Absolutely delicious. Probably in another week is when I can harvest the rest of these, even though there's some flowers on them. So they might continue to grow, but I'm gonna want to get more seeds in within the next probably 2 weeks. And that should be perfect for getting a second harvest before the first frost. Well, not harvest, because we're gonna get more off of these plants. So what is your favorite way to preserve beans? I'm thinking I might just freeze these and then possibly freeze dry them. I mean, they're great for fresh eating, don't get me wrong, but I would like to have some in the off season too. Usually we save the blahide beans, the purple pole beans, for fresh eating. They're so fun to watch them go from purple to green when you cook them. They're a broader bean, but I really like them. Hi, Sky. What are you doing? One of the reasons why I love the turn base on the GreenStalk is it's so easy. Hello, Molly. So easy to navigate around this just by spinning it. This one can go. I think we've gone all the way around. Those are young. This one can go. Yeah, so I think we'll let the other ones mature. But we got a nice bowl. I'm just gonna put these in a bag with some dry paper towels. And that should help hold them while we wait for the rest to mature so I can decide what I want to do with these. But this is probably about half of what's out there now, plus there's more flowers. This is a lot of food for such a small space. Now last year I got a lot more than this, but again, there are more flowers out there, and I think we just had so many flowers drop because of the heat. These will go in the crisper drawer, and they will be good in there for up to a couple weeks. So that'll give me time to let those other ones mature. Charlie wants in, doesn't he? Is that Charlie? Yep. Come on, Char. Come on. And you want to put them in dry. You don't want to wash them or anything because that will just speed up the aging process. They'll go bad faster. So they're going to go in dry in the crisper drawer, and just a dry paper towel to absorb any moisture that might be coming off of these beans. And I'm just going to leave this little tiny corner opened. But yeah, those are ready. Not bad for what, 5 minutes worth of picking? Forgot to weigh them. So I'm going to put them back in here, and we're going to weigh the bag with the paper towel and tar it. So even if you don't have a garden or much of a backyard, if you have a balcony or a porch that gets sun, you would have a GreenStock and you could be growing your own food. Or another container. The GreenStocks are nice because you can get a lot in there. 1 pound, 6.5 ounces. First picking. Let's go out and clean up that lettuce tower so we can get some more seeds planted. Hopefully they'll do better the second half of the summer as we head into fall, which I cannot believe I am saying that. But yeah, we are halfway there now. So it looks like it did not record with me cleaning out the GreenStalk, the lettuce one, which I really wanted to show you how I do that because I managed to save all of the soil. A lot of times when you pull plants out of a GreenStalk, all the soil comes out with it and then you have to fill it back up. But I do it with water, and I think it's okay that you didn't get to see this because I'm also going to be picking the spinach, some of the spinach as well, and pulling some out. So you'll get to see, hopefully that recorded, you'll get to see how I do that. But if you do the hose trick, it's so much easier than just trying to pull the plants out because the roots take a lot of the soil with it. So in some cases, a ton of soil. And then you have to buy more. Whereas now all I have to do is put in a little bit of nutrients, and the second wave of plantings will do just fine in here. I could do more beans in here instead of lettuce. Hedge my bets against the heat, but I really do want lettuce. Ready for lettuce. Let's see if I can do this without getting attacked. Mama just flew away again. I gotta stay out of that pocket, but I need to get some spinach picked and eaten and preserved. But my thought here is, since I have about probably 4 to 6 weeks before I need to plant the lettuce, I might just do more beans in this GreenStalk. I'm picking the stems on these as well, because a lot of this will get put up for dog food. And it is still growing. We still have some baby leaves on here. So I think it made it through the worst of the heat. So I'm gonna decide which plants can go and which I want to. I don't want to mess too much with Mama's pocket, but she's got some good lettuce or good spinach in here. And this is a mix of different types of spinach as well as just some Asian greens. This is going to be a lot of spinach, but you know, when you cook spinach, it just cooks down to nothing. Now, a lot of these have a lot of bug bites on them, so those ones I will toss. Like this one is pretty chewed through, so this one I'll probably toss. Same with this one. But some of them are gorgeous. I don't even remember what that was. Some sort of an Asian green, but they don't look, well, let me taste it. That's good. I'm going to take all of it though, so I'm just going to snap these off. This really smells good. I think I'm going to make some sauteed greens tonight for dinner, and we'll just take the leaves. These guys can go. This kale can go. He's not doing anything. So we're going to take out the stuff that can go. So let's get these pulled, and then we're going to plant some green beans in here. But we did get a nice full bowl of spinach, so I'm going to put this in the house where it's cool because it is really hot now. All right, this guy's gonna go. So I'm gonna do it the same way. I'm just gonna start to pull it out, but then shoot water on it to release it from the roots. That one, well, that one didn't need it. These are just little. Just little. This can go. And these can go. All right, let's see. We've got basil up on top. We're gonna leave these greens because they're doing great. There's Mama's eggs. We're gonna leave that facing forward when we're done. I'm gonna go ahead and take these two. And then we'll just do beans on the lower 3 tiers. And then this can compost. All right, so I'm just gonna do beans in the lower 3 tiers. 2 per pocket. I have in my bush bean container. I don't think I have a ton of variety in here. I've got some burgundy, amethyst. Those are not my favorite. I have some provider. I have some, I don't know what they are. They came with the GreenStalk. We have some of those. I have Caprice. I have Kalima. I think this is what I planted in the other ones. We have a lot of those. And then we have some mystery beans that I saved from the plants in the summer of 2023. Okay, Mama's back in the nest. Good. Now, I don't need to add any fertilizer for the beans into the GreenStalk because they source their nitrogen from the air and they fix it to their roots. So we're just going to plant beans. Right into the pockets. I'm just dropping them on and on the ground and then pushing them in just a little bit, just to like the first, just until my nail bed ends, and then cover them up. And I'm going to put one right on top because that's where I started. I'm not messing with your babies, I promise. I'm gonna have to, if she continues to sit on this nest, I'm gonna have to keep the dogs off of here when they hatch. That's not gonna be easy, but I'll figure it out. All right, now we're back to where we started because I have my bean on top. So I'm gonna put it here. And that's where we started. I guess I can do it this way too. So we don't have to spin it again and really upset Mama. So that's where we started. Did I do this one already? No. Maybe. I'm probably going to edit this and say, oh, triple planted beans. I usually do 1 tier at a time so I don't lose track, but this Mama is really upset. She does not want me here. She wants to be on her babies. And I plant the beans, the seeds, towards the front of the pocket so they grow out and not under the tier. I know they would lean to grow out anyway because of the sun, but that's just what I do. And we're back to where we started. GreenStock replanted with beans. And now let's go put that spinach in the refrigerator. And I'll show you how I do that. Basically going to do the same thing. We're not going to get it wet. I don't have any big Tupperware containers handy right now. They're in the dishwasher, so I'll use a couple smaller ones and see how we make out. I'll start with the bigger one. It's a little wilty now because it was so hot outside. This just has an old leaf stuck to it. And as long as this is in an airtight container with paper towels to prevent any moisture, because it will absorb any moisture that's created, then this will be fine for up to 2 weeks in the refrigerator. And then that will give me time to harvest more and also decide what I want to do with this. I can blanch it and freeze it. I can blanch it and freeze dry it. Now, blanching works to kill the enzyme that keeps it from aging and deteriorating, loss of color, loss of nutrients. But it's not 100% necessary. You can do spinach in the freeze dryer without blanching. But I typically blanch. And I am keeping the stems because I can absolutely freeze dry those and chop those down and give them in the dog's food. Or people food, it doesn't matter, but I do a lot for the dog food. And even though you might feel like you need to wash this, especially because they have little tiny things on them like this little spider right here. I cannot get him. I got him. He's so tiny. Even though it is tempting to wash this, if you're going to be putting it into the refrigerator, if you're not going to be processing it immediately, then don't wash it because you're just going to introduce decay. This looks so good. I'm so surprised given how incredibly hot it has been here. I wish my kale bed looked this good. Those slugs, man. Now, I did get in the last week, I probably got at least 300 or 400 slugs. It's been slowing down, which is good. These are bigger leaves. I'll probably put these in a plastic bag, zipped tight, and put in the crisper drawer because they're bigger than my bowl, that I don't have another available Tupperware container right now. I mean, that's just incredible considering how hot it has been. Sauteed greens sounds really good for dinner tonight. Yum. I took out some pork chops to cook, so I'll do some sauteed greens and onions with pork chops, I think. Oh, I have some peppers too I can use. With a paper towel to help absorb any moisture that comes off. This is a lot of food, and I am thrilled to have it. So nutritious, homegrown, organically. I'll probably grow some more spinach too for fall in the GreenStock. So maybe I'll end up pulling the greens I left here in a month, and then we'll do more spinach. I don't want to suck all the air out, but some. I don't want to smush it. Here we go. We got like, I don't know, what is that? Maybe 4 or 5 meals worth? Not bad for a quick picking. Mama is back in her nest, keeping one eye on me, but she's back in her nest. Birds and slugs, man, they're taking a toll on the garden. She's cute though. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit on Saturday as I harvested some from the GreenStock and planted some more beans. My name is Kelly, you're at A Better Choice Homestead, and I do hope you come back and visit again soon.